I really want to take this last question to get into what you guys see in the broad. I feel like it's always so zoomed in under a magnifying glass here. You have like, oh, win token this, win next update. But what it really seems is like the big players are coming into the space. They're starting to invest and build. These things don't happen overnight. This looks like there's a lot of momentum coming into the space, whether it's for the next 1 to 10 years, seeing these big players posture. I mean, another just piece of exciting news is FTX and Lightspeed teaming up. We see Amy Wu now joining on FTX Ventures. There's that 2 billion fund that launched. Specifically, what they've disclosed is 100 million Web3 gaming fund. Like, just to tie this all together, it's very much just the same question, but like, what are the largest upcoming developments, or what are you guys most excited for coming up in Web3 gaming, blockchain gaming, all of this? We can start with you, Alex. I know you have a hard stop here in a second, but like, what are you most excited to see in the next 1 to 5 years?
Just really fun games, and I think some of the people on this call are probably going to build those really fun games, and it just takes time. So yeah, really excited to just see some awesome games come to market, some really interesting like peer-to-peer and open economies come to market. So I don't have to go on gray market forums anymore and pay things with PayPal and never get them. So yeah, just really excited, and I have to go, but I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. Yeah. And I think the people here are building some like amazing things.
Definitely. It's amazing to have you on, Alex. I'm sure we'll hear some updates from you in the future, and we're definitely just watching what you guys are building at Mini Nations. Thanks for joining us, man.
For sure. See you guys.
Yep.
I would love to add on to what Alex said regarding fun. I think really fun games is the only way we're going to win the majority of our audience. We can talk all day about Web3. We can talk all day about owning something. We can talk all day about owning an asset that can be used across multiple platforms. But at the end of the day, gamers play games because it's fun. They don't play games for status. They don't play games because, oh, I'm going to be able to earn money. Like, you can still do that in traditional games. If you really want to make money playing games, go play MapleStory, go play World of Warcraft. You can grind away, and you can get real money for the items you grind away at. I think for Web3 to win, and for Web3 games to get real massive amounts of people playing them, people have to develop that's, first of all, just fun. People want to play games to have fun. People want to play games to spend time with their friends. And if we develop a product that is as fun or more fun than the traditional titles out there, that's going to be the real game changer.
Yeah, I agree. And it just goes back to what I was talking about, that game Realm of the Mad God I'd play. It got wrecked by duping on 2 different occasions. An economy still exists. People are still playing. I think a big thing to understand is, okay, it might be a little bit easier to earn, but I don't think the earning potential is going to be this crazy different thing where it's like, there's not many people grinding these games, making a full-time living. Maybe there's a handful of really good players, but fundamentally, this just comes back to these still need to be built for fun with this added bonus of being able, okay, maybe I do want to transfer my value from Nyan Heroes to Mini Nations to Portals. And I think that's the real power. And we'll keep going here to wrap this up here for whoever else wants to jump in, Max or Gomez.
Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. What?
Yeah, it's just like we're just very broad right now. Obviously, that's what's happening. And just what are you excited for to see develop in the space? What do you want to see develop in the space? And yeah, that's sort of
I think personally, I'm excited to see all these projects essentially trying new things, because I think, again, we're in such an early stage of the whole Web3 gaming industry that no one really knows what is the best way to do anything. I mean, we have certain models and certain projects that are, already out there that are doing their thing, but I don't think those are going to be the final iterations of systems or token designs, architectures, economies that actually end up being what Web3 gaming is essentially going to be in the future. And so I'm excited to see people, entrepreneurs, engineers trying new things, and not just, I guess, slapping something that worked for project XYZ and then saying, well, it worked for them, I'm just going to do it here. Because I think we're way too early to be copying other projects right now. I think it's really on us to be brave and be bold and experiment. So yeah, I mean, we have some pretty interesting things in the pipeline that are very different from what other projects are doing in terms of their token design and architecture. And I don't know if it's going to work, but we're trying, because we can see some of the problems that exist already in some of these economies. And damned if I'm going to be just reiterating the same thing when I know there's existing issues. So that's what I'm personally excited about.
Yeah, it's nice to see the innovation.
Yeah, to touch on the kind of two of the last topics in terms of the big players also starting to get involved. It's something where you will see people coming in without the right grassroots kind of community owned plays in gaming, and you're already seeing a bit of a backlash when that does happen. This stuff, I think we feel very confident that the grassroots community owned kind of living through the ethos of what Web3 is doing is going to be a big factor in doing this stuff right, where our community and the people that are in this space are seeing that there are a ton of awesome possibilities with gaming. And you've seen examples of, like in Diablo, they kind of tried to add a real money marketplace, and they just kind of shoehorned it in. They just slapped it on. Probably came from wherever that initiative came from. It didn't work out, right? It wasn't really well thought through, where it's like, okay, this is great for the players, for the economy, we're doing something really interesting. So I think that grassroots community ownership model that we're all following is going to be a big advantage to kind of what other people kind of trying to just hop in and slap in NFTs to the product. And then the thing that kind of ties into what I'm excited to see is that there are a lot of really cool possibilities on the gaming side, where your average gamer right now maybe is very skeptical of gaming. They will see, and they will be skeptical when a big brand just slaps NFTs on their product. But I'm excited to see that people like me and the people that are in this space that are, very, very serious gamers and, are discerning gamers and do see the possibilities, that we'll be able to kind of open the door and show the way to the more average, people that are not necessarily in the crypto space, to show them eventually that, yeah, this is something that's really cool here with interoperability and all these really cool possibilities. Just as a standard, doesn't matter what kind of games you're into, there's some really cool stuff going on here. So that's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, it's great to see all the innovation in general. And I'm going to wrap this up here. This was an amazing panel. I was just really letting this drag on, seeing how much we can get out of this discussion. And I think it was great. We touched on a lot of things overall. So I just want to appreciate all of you guys for hopping on, really giving your aspects. It's great to have the leading builders in the space come on to these open discussions and really just willing to chat, talk about these things, and just innovate more. Like, this is what's all happening here. It seems like everyone's sharing ideas. Everyone grabbed something from this. I definitely learned a lot, and I'm just excited to see what you guys can build and how this landscape develops. So again, thank you guys for joining so much. And we're definitely going to hear more from you guys. I mean, Max has been on a couple times. I know Magic Eden and Portals have not yet, but here's the first event. We'll definitely have more in the future. So we'd love to have you guys back on.
Awesome. Really appreciate it.
This is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing talking to you guys. And hopefully we'll get some updates soon. Peace, everyone.